Hey guys, how are you? Today we're joined here by someone helping shape the future of esports from one of the most influential markets in the world. We're here with David. He
Hello.
is the team lead of growth and international relations at KeSPA, the Korean Sports Association. And we're here to talk about it, have some insights, gain some experience. And I'm going to ask him also to do a quick introduction and tell us more about himself, too.
All right, guys. Hello. This is David Shin, working for KeSPA. I'm currently in charge of the international relations at KeSPA, and I'm also currently in charge of the national team management, and also all of the new business that we have been developing in KeSPA. So I'm very excited to join you guys as panel today, and I'll do my best to share my knowledge, experience to you guys.
Nice. Also, Lupe is here too. She's joining us from California. So, Lupe, if you want to introduce yourself too.
Hi, my name is Lupe Ponce Wong. I'm fairly new to esports gaming, but I've gotten my feet wet the last couple years. I'm mostly a Call of Duty enthusiast, and so very excited. But I've been a gamer since I was about 4 years old. So, and I'm 48 years now, so I consider myself an OG gamer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So David, just to start, like, thank you so much for introducing yourself. I think a lot of people that will be watching this or they're watching us right now are pretty much excited because we are a lot like fans of what Korea does, and like we know that you guys play really well. You do, you put a lot of effort in what you do. But I want to ask you, like, what first introduced you to the gaming and to the esports industry?
Well, to be honest, my career started in the field of traditional sports. I was working for Special Olympics for 3 years before I joined KESPA. And by the time there was a discussion, pretty active discussion about the possibility of esports being added as an official medal game for one of the biggest Olympic agenda in Asia, which is called Asian Games, and there was a growing demand of professional with a traditional sports background to esports to talk to sports organization and organize a national team selection system and someone who could do esports marketing in a way that esports has never done before. So there was a offer from KESPA, and at that time, frankly speaking, I had little knowledge of esports, and I had basically had no idea what esports was about. But the fact that esports is emerging, and esports is going to be very new type of sports for younger generation and the wider population around the globe. I was fascinated by the fact, and I decided to join the KESPA, and that was back in 2019.
Wow. Right when COVID started, right?
Right.
Right at the that's when the people started playing more. Nice.
Hmm.
Did you do you remember like if you had any challenge like going from traditional sports to esports? Like, what was the biggest challenge for you?
Um, to be honest, traditional sports is very systemized, and all of the rules and regulations, people, including like athletes or team officials, they are really used to follow the rules and regulations, and
Mhm.
those rules and regulations are considered as one of a must follow element for all of the stakeholders. But when I joined esports, there was no strong governance system backing up the esports industry in general. So it was really difficult for me to talk to some of the major stakeholders in esports ecosystem and persuade them that okay, this is what you guys need to make esports, widely recognized as as a sport, and to make esport easier to be adapted to the general public. So that was my biggest challenge when I joined the esports for the first time.
Nice. Mhm. Lupe?
Yes, so it sounds like you didn't come into this traditionally. I mean, you didn't have the experience, or like gaming wasn't your thing. But now that you're in this world, is there, I mean, anything, any games or anything that you're drawn to or that kind of excite you, coming from your background and kind of just being in the esports world now? Anything you could share about that?
Sure. I used to play game a lot when I was
Oh, you
young.
did. Okay, so
I
you do
played
have a background.
StarCraft. I
Okay.
played Winning Eleven, and I think I was I played a lot of different games when I was young.
Ah.
But after I got into the world of esports, um, I'm still learning. I guess I'm not really into any specific type of games. Um, and because I'm in charge of the international relations, I have a chance to get to know the ecosystem of esports around the globe outside of Korea. And in Korea, as you guys know, some of the specific titles are well known, well recognized, and well adapted to the fans. And as I interact with more stakeholders outside of Korea, I learn that what I experience and what I witness in Korea is not all and not everything of esports industry. There are a lot of different esports titles that are loved by fans around the world, and I think in Korea we need to adapt. That different type of models, esports titles, or uh, atmosphere that fans can adapt different titles with open arms. So I think after 6 years of 6 years in the field of esports, I think I'm still learning.
Just a quick follow-up. So it sounds like you're saying in Korea there's only certain major titles. Can you share a little bit about that as compared to maybe outside of Korea?
In Korea, as you guys know, League of Legends is
That's the first thing that
yeah,
came to mind.
big.
Yeah.
It's
Same thing.
big, yeah. And there are a number of titles that are loved by fans, including PUBG Mobile, FC Online. But when I go outside of Korea, I could notice that there's a Counter Strike going viral
It's
in
huge.
Europe, and like the mobile games getting stronger in Southeast Asia, like Mobile Legend Bang Bang and
Yep.
Honor of Kings in China, and different
Hmm.
type of games in Latin America as well. So
Mhm.
it's
Free
very,
Fire. Yeah,
yeah, Free
sorry.
Fire. Yeah, League of Legends is growing in Latin America, and I know that. And then there are different
Yes.
other titles as well growing in that region. So yeah, I
Okay.
think I'm sometimes I'm very jealous of the trend that is growing outside of Korea because I feel that people are more open-minded to new game titles and different game titles. So I sometimes I hope fans in Korea should experience what it's like uh, to become an esports fan in different part of the world.
That was a really good comment and also good question, because I think a lot of people that either follow us or follow the esports, they think that to work with that, like to be in this industry, you need to be good at playing or you need to actively play something. And what we want to show, like through the podcast and through everyone that comes here, is that if you have a passion or if you like have skills and other abilities, you can be in this industry as well. And that's the good thing about working with esports. We have space for everybody. And also, since you mentioned like Korea a lot, I wanted to ask you if the gaming culture, what role did it play in your life, like by growing up in South Korea?
In my life, you mean?
Yes, what role of like the cultural role of like growing up in South Korea, if it helped you like to follow like the traditional sports, the esports, by be either competitive or not.
Uh, I used to be a everyday gamer rather than a competitive gamer. So for me, esports or game was uh, connection between me and my friends because when I was in middle school or elementary school, the PC bang was going viral in Korea. So you can find PC bang anywhere in your neighborhood. So like in on the weekends or after school. I remember going to PC Bang with my friends and playing games for a couple of hours, and have dinner together, and having a chance to get to know each other better, and that really strengthened the friendship and partnership between friends. So to me, playing games anywhere pretty much, like, because the PC Bang was readily available to everybody wherever you are in Korea. So I think esports, to me, yeah, esports and gaming was more of a personal connection between myself and my friends.
Nice. I've never heard of this. I'm really curious to know. Is it like a machine that you go and play, or is it like on computer, the
Oh,
PC?
PC Bang is some people call it PC cafe.
Mhm.
So there's a huge room with, like, I would say, hundred of PCs, and you could play whatever games you want to play, and it's like $1 or $2 an hour. And back then, it was just PC in the room. But nowadays, in Korea, when you go to PC Bang, you could order food and beverage, and there's multiple functions within the PC Bang. There's a uh, dedicated space for competitive gaming, so there's a competition can may be hosted, and also there's a dedicated space for the viewers, so that the any host can um, welcome the watching party for any of the big competition around the world. So it's a multifunctional cultural space now, the PC Bang in Korea.
I think, yeah, it brought me a lot of memory, because when you explained to me what it was, I quickly associated with what we call in Brazil lan houses. It's where like the space you go and then you play and sit with your friends, and also we had to pay like an hour or two. And it brought me a lot of memories, because I remember like going as a kid with my brother, and then we used to play Counter Strike 1.6. So this is how this is how I started playing. And as you said, like you start making connections and strengthening like friendships, and this is really important, like to shape us as people in the future.
Mhm.
All right, David. Earlier you had mentioned that you made the switch from the Special Olympics over to esports. When you made that decision, do you think there was maybe a specific person or maybe experience that helped you in making that decision or influenced that decision?
Um, yes, there was a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, and still he's a good friend of mine. And we started our career together at Special Olympics, and we've been going through a lot of you know events and difficulties or activities for 3 years, and then he suddenly made a career transition to esports. So he joined KeSPA before than I did, and um, he he had a good he had a strong passion for the soccer. So he used to work for the one of the English Premier team before he joined KeSPA. Special Olympics, and even after he joined KeSPA, he kept pursuing his career in uh, you know the sports games and specifically speaking football game. So he actually uh, opened my eye to observe the esports industry in a wider um, perspective. And he introduced me the potential and possibility of this industry. And now he's working at EA, Electronic.
Wow.
Nice.
I need
Yeah.
to talk to him. Oh.
So he, yeah, he's my role model and a good friend of mine, and we still work together and in different possible ways. So I could say that he's my, I don't know, he's my friend leading me into the world of esports.
Really quick. So, what do you think? Good decision?
Yeah, yeah, good
Good.
decision because yeah, we're gonna talk about this in a bit, but because of him leading me into the world of esports, I could have a chance to you know work on various different new uh, projects that has
Mhm.
never been done in the world of esports in Korea. So yeah, I always thank to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear more about it. But that's really good. Like there was someone there like that you could inspire, like get some insights from, and then start also your own path. But did you always see yourself like working with esports, like, or was it something like maybe not, maybe that will not give me that much money or something like that, like in this field?
Um, I don't think. Well, so far my journey has been really enjoyable, and I still like. Um, I still try to make new initiatives, and there's still things that I want to achieve. In the field of esports. So, um, of course, when it becomes really frustrating, and when it's really difficult to talk to the people, or when it's really difficult to make things happen. Yeah, I sometimes think is esports really fit with me and with my professional background. But after all, uh, I'm here because I like the way I like what I did, and I like the process of making new challenges and making new initiatives. So yeah, so far I'm very satisfied with my position and professional background.
Nice. Thanks for sharing that. I think, yeah, I do think that we will find ourselves like stuck at some point. And as you said, like it's important to take initiatives, to think of new ideas, and try to help other people too, because I think that's the point where communicating with the team and being there like really helps, because sometimes another person will be having the same thought as you're having, but then if you're not like there talking to each other and trying to make things work, I think that's where like all of you like just get stuck at some point.
Yeah. So the one of the things that I always emphasize whenever I have a chance to talk to people trying to get into esports uh, is that y- they need to um, they need to seek every possible opportunity in esports industry, because whenever I talk to them, I usually find that most of them are wanting to work for the teams or work for the publishers. Their perspective towards the career in esports is really narrowed down. So they tend not to see that there's a like tons of opportunities or undiscovered area in esports industry. So with esports, you can do education, you can do marketing, you can make new initiatives, you can make um, projects with companies that are not really tied to esports. There are many things people can try, and still it's a newly growing area. So whatever you guys do, it becomes the manual. So that's the point that I frequently emphasize to the people who are trying to enter the world of esports.
All right, thank you. So, David, can you tell us a little bit about your educational journey?
In esports.
Education, your actual education, college, no college, that.
Oh, yes. So uh, I went to Canada
Okay.
when I was 17 years old. So finished my high school there, secondary school there. I lived in beautiful city of Vancouver,
Okay.
and I joined the University of British Columbia after my graduation. So I finished my university in Vancouver as well. So I spent my most beautiful 10 years in Vancouver, and I studied psychology and economics. So um, not relevant to what I'm doing right
Well,
now.
I don't know.
It,
You're
there
certainly
is something,
there's
yeah.
I'm an anthropologist, and so everything. Everything works. I think in the end.
Yeah, but I personally try to adapt some of the rules or some of the hypothesis that
Yeah,
I learned in psychology to marketing or education or
absolutely.
training of the national team athletes. So yeah, that was my education background.
And then what would you say was like your first professional experience?
First professional experience
Yeah,
after the graduation, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
if it helped you like getting in another area for a certain while, like right before you entered the traditional sports.
um, I was more of a PR or marketing guy
Okay.
before I
Mhm.
joined KeSPA.
Oh,
So at Special Olympics, what I did was media, PR, and marketing.
Mhm.
So When I was in college, I was selected as a intern reporter for one of the Korean biggest Korean media outlets in Vancouver. So I spoke to many different people. I wrote multiple articles. So it gave me know-how and skills and strengths to become a PR or marketing professional when I started my professional career.
Wow, great.
Yeah, I think that's why it's important like to build yourself up,
Hmm.
because you learn a lot also when you're starting.
Hmm.
And of course that helps you like strengthening other skills that you might have.
Hmm.
Did you there was there like any lesson from studying in Canada for a while that you still take with you until nowadays, like from the experience, like the cultural more
Hmm.
in this sense?
So typically in Korea, um, education is more like listen to what teachers say and obey
Hmm.
the rules and regulations set by parents
Yeah.
and school advisors. So this is the episode I still remember because, like, getting into college is very important in Korean education system. So there's a homeroom teacher, and also the like whole teachers in charge of grade 12. They give us all the necessary guidelines to get into a good college, and they give us specific advice what we need to do, what we need to accomplish to get into certain college, and they support us until the moment we write the application form to the college. So it's very passive uh, method, I would say, compared to what I experienced in Canada. So the first day uh, I joined the high school in Canada, I went to the room of the academic advisor and asked, I want to go to this university. What should I do? And he was like, why do you want to go there? I never thought why I want to go to the university. I never thought what I really want to do. So, spending 2 years in Canadian high school was a really good opportunity for me to think about myself, what I want to do in the future, what type of people I want to become in the future. And also, I learned the important lesson that um, I am the one who decides my path after the education. So I became more proactive. I became more um, um, active in communicating with people, and I tried to see a certain event or a certain trend in different perspectives to learn more about the certain event. So I think the educational experience in Canada widened my uh, perspective and um, gave me a strength to communicate with different type of people with more open mind, because I know that I'm not the one who's always right. So I think the experience in Canada gave me that lesson.
Thank you.
Really, really good. Thank you so much for sharing. I think I we like to ask these questions mostly because it's nice to hear from the guest like where he comes from, well, like what he did in the past and the first experiences. So this is important for us and for other people also watching us.
Thank you.
Um, David, can you explain again KESPA for those outside of Korea? Just kind of a brief explanation of what it is again, because I don't think we all have that sort of equivalent probably in our respective countries. So
Hmm.
um,
True.
that would be good to hear.
Okay. So KESPA is sole governing body of esports in Korea. So
Wow.
we are the affiliate member of Korea Sport and Olympic Committee, and we are also recognized partner of the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism. So with the partnership with the ministry, uh, they allocate the federal budget to us to execute governmental projects to promote esports in Korea. So we are one of the few agencies, I would say, to receive the fund from the government and host esports competition or host events on behalf of Korean government. And in terms of the uh, relationship with the National Olympic Committee, we are the only one who has the authority to select the national team and send our national team athletes to uh, international esports competition, including Asian Games and potentially Olympic esports games and any esports event recognized by the International Sports Organization. So, yeah, and so we are working on building the ecosystem in Korea. We are hosting multiple different esports competition for players at different level. We also work with publishers to strengthen the esports. We also, do research. We also do. We also operate the esports fair esports committee, and all different of activities that can be done by the governing body of a specific sport. So yeah, I know that there are probably 50 or 60 esports federations with the recognition from respective national Olympic committees. But I can confidently say that KESPA is the uh, one with the longest history and most developed and organized um, system of promotion of esports in the world.
Wow, that's impressive for sure. Yeah, it's a lot of things. I know. And since you mentioned like now for people who are watching us, there is a question from someone watching right now, and Giovanna is asking, what do you think other countries misunderstand most about Korea's esports development model?
Misunderstanding?
Yeah, what the other countries misunderstand.
Oh, mm, okay. So I'm not sure if I'm authorized to say this, but
Yeah, if you can.
from my personal perspective, um, people tend to think that the esports is in Korea is strong in every occasion. So we do good for national team, we do good for professional league, we do good for amateur league. But I think one of the uh, biggest weakness of Korean esports is school esports. So we don't have a strong system to, uh, I would say, train or recruit the players from the school level. So
Mhm.
I'm very jealous of the system that the USA or Canada has, and also few in Asian countries as well. They have big union of schools or alliances of school competing each other and giving students a chance to host um, esports competition by themselves. It's really helpful in terms of the education, in terms of the player recruitment, in terms of the strengthening the esports ecosystem in general. But unfortunately, in Korea, we are in the very early stage of developing esports system in school level. So I would say um, that might be the misunderstanding that people might have with Korean esports.
Wow, that's really important to have that pipeline. So I wish you the best of luck developing that ecosystem. It's going to be really important, I think, to the future. Um, can you tell us, David, what your role as team lead of growth and international revelations really involves, and what a typical work week would look like for you?
So sure. My role as an international relations team lead is to expand the network with esports federations outside of Korea, publishers outside of Korea, and major stakeholders in esports around the world. And I learn and promote at the same time. So I learn a lot from esports ecosystem outside of Korea and think how we could better adapt the good system that other countries have. And at the same time, I'm at the very front line to promote the activities of Korean esports communities have been doing. So that's my role as an international relations team lead. And as a growth team lead, uh, I am in charge of the national team management. So what I mean is, I'm in charge in a range from team selection all the way to the marketing. So, as a team lead for growth team, we have developed very new models using the IP of the national team, and we've worked with multiple uh, companies to have a partnership, official partnership for the national team, and also we developed KeSPA's very first education project called the KeSPA. So whatever KeSPA is doing in terms of making new initiatives, I'm pretty much involved in every activities, I'll say.
That's really nice. And I imagine like that you really like doing what you do. It does look a lot like interesting, but also a lot of work. I do have a quick comment on what you said about the other regions, about the misunderstanding of what Korea does. But I actually think it's really humble of you to say that, because it shows us that Korea also have a strong mind. So they know what they're doing, they know what they lack. And for me, hearing that from you, it's actually really nice. And I wanted to ask you, like, from your opinion, like your standpoint, that's David talking. What region you think it's growing like the fastest, and what region is like in the same, let's say, the same level as Korea?
Same level as Korea. Um, Difficult question. Difficult question.
Or at
Um,
least close.
I think the uh, rapidly growing region, I would say, is South America, for sure.
Ooh.
People are saying that Southeast Asia is growing rapidly, but I've been hearing that for multiple years now, and everybody knows that Southeast Asia is you know up here. But I think the region that we need to take a look into is South America for sure. It's an undiscovered uh, region with a lot of potentials, possibilities to work with. So I know it's very far from us, but I always look forward to making good connection with esports stakeholders in an American continent.
Mhm.
And in terms of the one close to Korea, it's really difficult. Um, I think Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Vietnam, yeah, is one of the um, strong nations in terms of esports. The reason why I'm saying is, um, they spent a lot of time to learn from different region. So whenever they uh, uh, come to Korea, they always wanted to making some connections with the partners that we are working, and that's what they did with other countries as well. So from my perspective, they have their recognition from their National Olympic Committee, and they're also funded by the government, and they also have somewhat control, I would say,
Mhm.
control over the esports ecosystem in respective nations. So personally speaking, as I said, I would say it's Vietnam.
Great. Really quick, I have a couple questions. I have a follow-up. You had mentioned South America. But to me, South America is kind of big. So I don't know if you're thinking of any specific areas in South America, because when you say, you're not close, but I am. I'm California, just north of Mexico. I know Marcelo's in Brazil, and so I don't know if you have any sense of if it's South America more like Brazil area, or if you see growth all around the South America.
Um, I would say Brazil is outstanding region. Yeah, and other regions in South America is also growing
Mhm.
from my perspective. Um, I've been receiving a lot of cooperation requests from different countries in South America,
Yeah.
and I could really see them growing as well. But
Mhm.
Brazil is one
Yeah.
of the outstanding regions in South America.
By saying that, you're making a lot of our viewers really happy, or whoever watches the podcast, and because we inspire a lot by Korea and the model that you guys created for esports. So I'm sure Marcelo is like screaming right now because he used to play Dota in the past, so he comes from also the esports side for a long time.
Mm.
So he must be really happy.
And then the second question I think is, yes, we wanted to know if your KESPA work is paid or if it's volunteered.
It's paid. Yeah, it's paid,
Ah,
paid position.
Mhm.
oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there was a comment about most of the CASPA, I think opportunities are volunteer, right? Most people want to work with it. So that was just to clarify
yeah.
Mhm.
about more your position.
Mhm.
And also you mentioned before a project that you were doing. Is it the Korean's national team initiative or is it something different? Could you explain a little bit about it?
Sure. The room that I'm in right now is a training facility dedicated to national team. So as you can see, there's a player, LED panel introducing
Yes.
a national team member, and we started operating this facility since 2022. Uh, in along our preparation for Hangzhou Asian Games back in 2023. And in terms of the national team management, we did a lot of fun events, including one of the very first national team friendly match.
Mhm.
Uh, so when it comes down to a national team, the authority to manage the IP of the national team falls into the responsibility of the federation. So federation has the right to do the marketing project, use the portrait rights of the players, and work with different partners just for the national team. That is under the federal law in Korea. So the very first a national team friendly match was something that cannot be done by the publishers, because in Korea the terminology Team Korea of Esports can be used only by KeSPA. So we did a friendly match with Vietnam and a team from Chinese Taipei, and it was right before the Asian Games, and they also sent the national team participating in Asian Games. So from 2 day event, we were able to accommodate more than 2.5 million viewers around the world within 2 days. And we also developed a uniform and also clothing, official clothing, and the revenue was reached $500,000 in just week and a half. Sorry, month and a half, and we were able to secure $1.4 million sponsorship for national team within just a year and a half in the preparation period for Hangzhou Asian Games. Um, And apart from the national team friendly match, we hosted the single departure ceremony dedicated to my national team. It took place in the concert hall of Seoul City Hall, because Seoul was named our partner city back then. And we accommodate more than 600 people at the same time. It was full house. The tickets were just ran out in 5 minutes after we opened the registration, and it was this largest departure ceremony dedicated to single sporting events among the over 50 different sports participating in Asian Games in Korea. Those are the new initiatives we made in Korea, and we are trying to do the same projects for national team participating Asian Games this year. And based on the accomplishments we have made in Hangzhou Asian Games, we were able to secure uh, partnership with global entities, including Disney Plus and Google Play and Logitech and any and other global companies around the world. So if now I'm confident to say that the Team Korea of Esports is a globally renowned marketing product and globally renowned esports product. So that's what I'm doing. And also in terms of the education part, um, as I said, we launched the program called the KeSPA, and the KeSPA program includes the licensing program for referee and coaches, and only coaches with the license we issue, they can become coaches for school esports team and national team. And also for in terms of the referee, only those with the license can be the referee for KeSPA hosted events and LCK. And other than licensing program, we also have a program supporting individuals who are trying to enter the esports industry. So we provide them with an opportunity to organize a small-sized esports competition in PC, and we grant them a small amount of federal budget, so they get to learn how to use the federal budget for esports projects. And also, we are considering opening up a global esports education program for students who want to learn English, esports, and bit of a academic element uh, with the engagement of esports. So that's pretty much what I'm doing in my team. Um, and also, mm, we have developed the very first model of international esports competition with the participation of the national teams. So we called it Esports Championship East Asia back then. It was hosted in 2021 with the support from the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism in Korea, and two different governing bodies in Japan and China. So Korea, Japan, and China uh, worked together to host the very first international esports competition with the participation of the national team. So that's pretty much what I've been doing in my team.
Wonderful.
That's a lot of work. I imagine. Like, what are you trying to do? Just one question, quick question before we go to the future of the esports in Korea, and then we close the podcast. But how do you think that initiative helps the community, like helps Korea in general?
Um, I would say the work that's being done by Federation is the support given from the public sector. I would say we're not private sector. We're not private entity. We are to serve esports community. So by having systemized esports ecosystem and organized national team management system, KESPA can support athletes, teams, and major stakeholders in various different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So the activities of KESPA, I'm confident to say that we could, but through the activities of KESPA, um, um, Korea can now have a stronger system to protect the right and interest of the esports stakeholders in general. And we are um, working as well to enhance the recognition of the esports national team players. So we give the public a chance to um, um, enhance their recognition and raise the awareness of the esports athletes, and they now start recognizing esports athlete as someone who's representing our country and official figure rather than just a professional player getting paid to play in a certain league. So I think that's the change the activities of KESPA made.
Really, really nice. And yeah, that's something important that I think a lot of people like might be asking about the initiative that you guys had. And again, congratulations on it. Then I have one question from the chat, and this is a really good one, and I think also helps us understand more about the esports for the future. Daniel Kim asked you, what changes do you expect in global esports over the next decade? If you can
Well,
think of like if over the next 5 years, that's also perfect.
mm, I think the model of national esports team selection and management will go viral because, as we all know, there's a Esports Nations Cup happening this year, and possibly we will have uh, Olympic esports games, another edition of international esports competition with the participation of national teams. So I think that there will be a growing demand to um, have systemized structure in every nation to select the best possible players and properly manage them, and also create a marketing opportunity to sustain the federation and the sports governing body in respective countries.
Mhm.
The reason why I'm saying this is we worked with, as I said, we worked with the Korea Sport and Olympic Committee, and part of the cooperation involves the co-marketing agreement between KESPA and the KSOC. So they allowed us to use uh, the the logo and emblem only dedicated to national team. Uh, for our marketing purpose. So we used Team Korea of Esports emblem to look for sponsorship or partnership and ensure them that they could have an opportunity to promote their products or promote the partnership with Korean esports even during the Asian Games or any other important international esports event. So I think there will be growing demand for national team management and selection around the world. And second pillar would be esports education, because now everyone is talking about the sustainability of esports. So, in terms of keeping the sustainability of esports, we need more professionals with global mind, global experience, and uh, high level professionalism in esports. So there will be growing demand for such professionals in esports. So I would say esports education. I'm not only talking about the player training. I'm also talking about the career development, career exploration. So I think the education might be one of the crucial pillars as well.
Amazing. Amazing.
All right, I think we're almost towards the end. Um, David, what advice would you give someone trying to build a career in esports today?
Today, there's a lot of door that has not been opened, and as I said, whenever there's a will, there's a way, and I think that's perfectly making sense in the world of esports compared to traditional sports. Traditional sports, I think many doors are already open, and it's the systems are built, have been built over the, I would say, 100 years, 150 years. But esports is new, and there are many undiscovered area, and everybody can become the leader or pioneer to implement the idea that somebody has into the reality. So I would say keep your eyes open, and uh, take your interest in different areas of esports, and also try to adapt well organized systems or trend in other industry as well, and think about how such systems can be um, harmonized with esports. So whenever there's a will, there's a way.
I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you. That's very inspiring to me.
It is like, don't be afraid. Thank you so much, David, for this conversation. I think the people who watched us and people who will watch us in the future appreciate everything. Also, thank you so much, Lupe, for being with us too today. And if you can stay with us to talk after, we would love to have some feedback, David. So if you can stay right after we finish, we would love to talk to you. And for those who were watching us, thank you so much for today, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.